Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do You Know Juan? And this is the podcast where every girl that I talk to asks if I know Juan.
I was wondering where this bit was going. I was like, oh, it's going to be like a kid's show. We're going to have fun. We're going to play.
No,
it's you getting mad at me.
It's the exact opposite because every girl I interact with wants you.
You know Juan.
Do you know Juan?
None of them can handle me, though.
Hey, none of them can lock us down.
Nobody can lock me down. Nah, I am just uninterested. Listen, hey, PSA, if you are interested in me, stay the fuck away from me. I do not want to interact with any of you people. I love my fans. Hey, shout out Twisty Flips.
Shout out Twisty. Dude.
Was it Twisty Flips?
It was Twisty Flipside.
Twisty Flipside. Nate remembered you.
Last week, I was like, I miss that dude.
We talked about it. We remembered on our one of the either the first or second one.
Yeah.
He just commented and we were like, it was cool because it was like this guy, because we don't know who Twisty Flipside is. So he just commented on the podcast and it's just cool because it's like, dang, like a random person we don't know. Listen to it. And that was like the first instance we figured that out. But that's
I hope he's
funny.
still listening. But no, it's infuriating because
That's like your defining characteristic.
is that I know you. It's dude. What's Juan like?
So what's he like in person when you talk with him on the podcast that I can listen
that
to?
you can listen to at any time.
And at this point, people are listening. Our live video has been out for 2 days. But for us, it just came out.
It just came out like an hour ago.
We just watched it together.
And it was good. I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so much fun making it.
It was. And I like didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was.
Yeah, it turned out.
Yeah.
It turned out like, I think it's just because we always have this like low bar.
We're just like, man, this is not gonna be good.
It's not gonna be good. But nah, he made good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how that's received.
Yeah.
The cooking video obviously was received really well.
I love me that cooking video.
It was also a lot of fun to make too. Like
Yeah.
everything is just a bunch of fun stuff. And also the editing is God mode.
Dude.
So
On both of those videos.
on both of those videos,
The
yeah.
editing makes those videos.
I ask for things and they get edited.
And they
I don't know
happen.
how, but they happen. And I appreciate that we have such a strong team. And it's just all around good vibes.
It is good vibes.
Do you know Juan? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. And that's it. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But I feel like we need to set the record straight because they really can just come and listen to this.
Yeah.
If they want to know what you're
They
like.
want to know who I'm like or
So-
what I'm like.
This is the segment called That's My Type. That's my type.
Yeah, by Sweet. Yeah, no, I got you.
Where you are going to just set the record straight, lay it all out on this little fold out table that we have in front of
really?
us.
What am I going to lay out?
And you're going to give us your type.
My type of woman?
Yeah. What is your type?
All right, ladies, get your checklist out and see if you are this. Big knees. Just right off the bat, you gotta have big knees.
Big knees.
Huge knees. I'm really a big fan of big knees. Perfect for laying my head on. That's my type. That's
strictly big knees.
Big knees. That's all you got. Well, if you want a serious answer, I really would say that any type is my type. It's just if I like you as a person.
Okay.
I feel like that's the truth with a lot of people, honestly.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I like you, and like, honestly, I don't really go looking much. Mostly because, like, I have a certain set of beliefs, and one of them is like I personally think that it finds itself whenever you're not looking for it.
Yeah.
Like whenever you're not looking for love or whatever, is when it presents itself to you. And I feel like that's the best way to treat it, because then it's like meant to be, as opposed to some intention, some whatever. And there's always gonna be intention. I mean, but I don't know. That's just how I do it. Like, if I like you, I usually try to be friends with the people.
Yeah.
First, and then that's really it. Just like get to know me. If you really wanna have a cool, you just gotta. There's nothing really. There's no. I don't have a type, I guess. You just gotta talk to me, and I might like you.
And be nice.
Yeah, you just have to see if I like you. Sorry.
So, ladies, Juan's number is 937.
It's a trial period.
Yeah.
I spoke about that weird thing that happened at my job, right, with the note and everything on the podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Where she just like
Those
you got like
3
3 numbers.
That was so weird. Cause I just don't. I just don't know how they found my car.
Do you not like when like women are that forward?
It's very flattering. It's not that I don't like it. I feel like anybody likes it, but it's kind of a red flag. Not in a bad sense, but it's like they could have just been chill. You know? Like I'm not gonna, cause then it's like weird. I don't want to hold the weird power in your mind.
Yeah.
You know, cause let's say I did message back those or call them or whatever. One, I had to choose from 3 girls, so it's like
they all gave you their number.
Yeah, that's kind of odd that their friends were just down to do that.
They're like, may the best girl win.
Yeah, and I was just like, nah, I'm gonna throw this piece of paper away.
I'm immediately not gonna look at that anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. But no, thankfully nothing to that effect has happened that weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like late and it was like hectic closing. And I just handed this old guy his food, and he was like, incredible. Like, he was just so mad that, like, I had taken so long, but we were, like, super busy through the drive-thru and the...
Oh, was he being an asshole?
Yeah, I thought he wasn't. That's what it was.
I thought he was just, like, giving you props.
I was like, yo, thank you, man. Like, you were just, like, being nice. And, like, oh, I hate the way buff old men look. Like, he wasn't buff at all, but they just look so, like... You're not supposed to look like that, dude. Anyways,
is that David Letterman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was just like incredible, and he just looked. And then I realized that it wasn't a compliment by his face, cause just gawking. He was like, oh,
incredible.
Like, and then immediately right after the guy dipped, this one guy like with the hat on and glasses, just an older dude was like, "You're doing a good job," and then just like took his food. I was like, wow, that was just a random.
That was all I needed.
A nice drive-by guy. Yeah, no,
dude.
Boomers are horrible at being passive aggressive because they
incredible.
Just, and it's also funny because it's like, what do you want? I know you just
want,
like I know you just want to be like, I'm sorry, here's your free food.
You want me to bow down to you?
Here you go. And then it's funny because their whole demeanor will change when you do that. That's why I don't do that.
Oh, thank you.
That's my type. A boomer.
A boomer is my type.
A boomer is my type.
So, ladies, if you're a boomer. Email us for Juan inquiries in the description.
No, bro. I'll just put if you're direct message me at.
If you are a boomer are you a big need boomer?
A big need boomer.
So, I got a bone to pick with you. Last week. All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right, peace.
Last week on the podcast, you had a water bottle. Yeah, exactly. So...
Yo!
Diego, did we catch all of that? Okay, good.
Diego, what the heck? Take this shit off the screen, man.
I'm so sorry that none of y'all can see this.
Do not Google big knee boomer. Do not go to images of big knee boomer, because that just completely ruined the Coke bit. Jesus Christ.
It completely derailed the Coke bit because you and I were both taken so off guard.
You opened it and then I just look over and I just see
a big need boomer.
That was not any good bit, Nate.
Thank you. So now they're just gonna listen to Coke. Not even to Dr. Pepper because I don't want you to think you're one step ahead of me.
I was wondering that. Whenever I saw you come out your car with the Coke, I was like, okay.
You were
fake, but whatever. Sounds fake, but okay.
Dude, how was your week?
Good. Honestly, good. I saw the what were we talking about before? I saw that Met Gala thing.
Or wait, was it?
Or not Met Gala, fucking Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just looking at the news from that because I am going to the Tyler show October, so like it's kind of cool seeing it.
Is it his Igor tour or did he already do that?
Igor, yeah. So I was actually calling because my freaking tickets were blasting my butt. I was like, yo, like, why aren't they here yet? My friend got his in August. First of all, I emailed them, and then they just, like, weren't any help at all.
Of course.
They're just like, oh, yeah, blah, blah. They were printed and sent August 1st. And I was like, I don't have mine.
You were like, no, they weren't.
Do a different way. And he was like, oh, yeah, upon confirmation, you can reissue them. And I was like, I tried reissuing them. What do you mean? He was like, upon confirmation of the address. And I was like, okay, first of all, don't get that tone with me over email.
You're like, incredible.
Yeah, and then he was like, I was like, okay, well, what do you need? He was like, confirm your just confirm your address. And I sent him my address, and then he ghosted me. He hasn't said anything. And I was like, yo, what the heck? Like, I don't want to be. And so I just called them, and he was like, well,
why is Ticketmaster ghosting you?
Yeah, it was like, you're probably on the end of the waves. Like, it was sending waves. And I was like, oh, I just didn't know that he was also rude. I was like, oh, I do this a lot, to be fair, but I cut him off.
Yeah.
Whenever I cut somebody off, though, it's not that I'm cutting them off because I'm uninterested. It's because I guess I'm just sporadic, and I just say whatever I need to say.
You have something to get to.
Yeah, and then I always let them finish their thought, but it's not a good quality to have because when you cut people off, they don't want to finish what they're saying, you know?
Yeah, they're just like, oh, no.
But some people who understand how I work, it's pretty fun to talk to because then I'll say something and I'll be like, but anyways, what were you saying? And then they'll say, so
yeah,
that's just how I work though, sadly. But either way, so I was talking to him and I was just like, I'll admit, I did cut him off. He was like, yeah, but I think get like sent out in waves. I was like, oh, cool, that's awesome. I didn't know they got sent out in waves or whatever. And he was just like, yeah. I was like,
he's like, yeah, that's how they work.
I was like, okay, so anyways, when should I be concerned that my ticket isn't getting here? He's like, probably a month before the show. And I was like,
when is the show?
Okay, October 22nd. So I got like,
you got like 2 weeks.
But I mean, everybody got them in August, so I was just like, what the
Which
heck?
is concerning.
So 22nd comes around, I'm just gonna be like, can I just print it at home and then print it at home, whatever.
Yeah,
easy peasy. But yeah, no, that I was just keeping track of the tour and everything. And that's cool that he was there.
And Frank Ocean just showed up.
Yeah, it's just like cool that he lives there, to be fair. So that makes sense why he was there.
Yeah.
It's just cool that he's supporting his buddy.
Dude,
real cool.
I have not listened to enough Frank Ocean.
Yeah, no, you called Blonde Ocean.
I did call Blonde Ocean.
What was the last thing he released?
Ocean?
That too. This week I've been listening to a whole lot of Gorillaz.
You told me that the other day.
Yeah, I just like their music recently because I think that's also why Frank Ocean is my favorite artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a real big fan of songs that have meaning without explicit, like it's not explicit in the
without
lyrics.
being aggressive. Yeah,
yeah,
I feel
like
that.
you'll listen to like, for example, like Rhinestone Eyes, and you get a certain feeling. And it's a really good song by Gorillaz. I highly recommend it. But when you listen to the actual lyrics, it's not. I mean, sometimes you can make stuff out, but it's for lack of better terms, it's nonsense.
It's not explicit.
Yeah, exactly. It's not explicit. So I just like listening to stuff, and Frank Ocean lyrically has always been like that.
Yeah.
Not in his earlier stuff. The transition from Superfast Jellyfish to Empire Ants, seamless. Like
really?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Two different songs?
They're back to back on the album on Plastic Beach. It was crazy, but yeah, super
that sounds
fast.
Live.
Jellyfish was good.
Okay.
It's funny because they have the 4 really good songs back to back on Plastic Beach,
and it's just like
it'll
boom,
go
boom,
Rhinestone
boom, boom, boom.
Eyes, then it'll go Stylo, then it'll go Super Fast Jellyfish, and then it'll go Empire Ants. And you're just like,
you're like, ah!
But no, I'm nerding out because I just love that type of music where
that's
it
so
quote
cool.
unquote is just nonsense gibberish. And a lot like Superfast Jellyfish doesn't really have any.
Yeah.
But it's still it's an amazing song, but it's not really anything. Like you'll listen to it and you're like, I can play it for you or whatever in a second. But yeah, you listen to it and it's just like not really much about it. Like you'll listen to lyrics and you're like, okay, well it rhymes. But that's I feel like lyrically that's so hard to do as well.
Rhyming nonsense.
You can make anything. Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. Quote unquote nonsense, and you can rhyme super easily. But the way they word it, and it does. I think it's hard to do it without sounding cheesy, and that's why when you do it correctly, it sounds so good.
It works. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I get
Ocean
that.
has mastered it. Like when he says stuff and he alludes to stuff like "Why Ferrari," like it's a very emotional song when he doesn't really say. He doesn't say explicitly what it's about, but you get like this
get the idea,
and it's like not metaphors, but metaphors. Like you hear something and you're like for example, one of the lyrics is like, "I'm sure we're taller in another dimension" or whatever. So it's like in another time in another world we might have worked or whatever.
Yeah.
But he says that, and then the next line it's like, "But you say we're small and not worth the mention." Obviously, she doesn't view it that way. Like it never would have worked. It wasn't ever supposed to work. It's just cool stuff like that. But again, that's one way. That's how I hear it. But like
some people might hear it the other way. Yeah.
So if you go to their Genius thing, and you try to look at the meaning, it's like, well, it's very, it's very. You don't know what the meaning is. Clear cut.
Speaking of Genius, go watch our video.
Yeah, right now.
But
Pause the podcast.
The Frank Ocean song. Did Frank Ocean do that song of the? Did he do that cover of Moon River?
Yeah,
like 2 years ago.
that was him.
I love that song, and I also really like that cover.
Yeah,
And
that cover was amazing when it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was like we were talking about. That was one of the on the tail end of the last things he said, because he did Blonde and then he did all those singles. So maybe it wasn't Provider. I think it actually was Moon River. That was
his last thing.
Thing that he officially released that you can go to his Spotify and listen to and all that.
Yeah.
Another
Dang, dude. So I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but like Oscar bait. It's all not necessarily Oscar bait, but it's Oscar season.
It's Oscar, so everybody's looking.
Everybody.
All the people who are gonna do Oscars.
Yeah, Oscar season.
Right,
Oscar season has kicked off and is in full swing. And so you got like all of the movies that are coming out, like Jojo Rabbit.
What is that?
It's the you know the guy who directed Thor Ragnarok. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's like Takai.
That's like his first movie
or something.
Yeah, can you pull that up, Jojo Rabbit, to see? Because I remember seeing a trailer for it or something.
Yeah, and it looks good. It looks enjoyable. I think it's Is it Taika Waititi? Okay, Diego says that's it. But yeah, it looks fun, even though it's about Nazis.
You're friends with Hitler. That's what it was, right?
Yeah,
The boy is friends with Hitler.
Hitler's his imaginary friend.
Yes, there we go. That's what it is.
And so basically what the story's about is back in like the 1940s, the Nazis had like,
I remember now.
They had like camps, and it was basically like training young kids and like putting like the Nazi ideology onto these kids.
You can read it in some books too.
Yeah,
what was that?
Hitler Youth is what it's called. It was what it was called.
What was that one book where it was a kid going? It was basically Jojo Rabbit. Like he was like a kid growing up in Nazi Germany.
Oh, are you thinking of The Boy in Striped Pajamas?
No. It was another one, and the cover is like a cell, and he's like looking through it.
Oh, I have no idea.
Nah, it was a book that I read. I forgot. Anyways, it talks about that.
But yeah, so this kid is basically a part of the Hitler Youth, and he learns that his mom is harboring like like a Jewish girl. And so the movie is basically about like his struggle with, oh, should I turn her in, or should I kind of be a good person?
And Hitler is like the quote unquote, in his eyes, the angel on his shoulder.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because that's kind of what
it's like, this is what you should be doing.
Taika Waititi plays. He plays his imaginary friend Hitler.
Yeah, Taika Waititi is on camera playing Hitler.
Yeah, and he said that was so weird. Like I watched an interview with him, and he was like, it was very weird, because he also directed the film.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was very weird directing as Hitler.
Yeah.
And like I can't imagine being, because I mean, that's the same thing with like when people play serial killers.
Yeah.
Like imagine having to get in that headspace. And he probably didn't have to get like too crazy into it, because it's
a joke Hitler.
It's a joke Hitler.
Because it's his imaginary friend.
Yeah. But like still, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, no. Just the power of being that person.
But no, we got, for this Oscar season, the big ones to look for. We got Jojo Rabbit. Peanut Butter Falcon, which I want to be good so bad. Because I want Shia LaBeouf to come back. Honey Boy is also another Shia LaBeouf movie that is
Joker already won an award.
Did it really?
In the reviews. Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. Yeah. Somebody at my work was talking about that.
So people are like, actually, like it's actually good?
Yeah, like it's an actually good Joker movie.
That makes me happy.
And look, it's funny because you don't have to make a universe. You can just make good movies.
You can just make stories.
Or make the universe and just take your time and make good movies.
That's what DC should have done instead of what they did.
Last 10 Out with Justice. That was just a whole mess. Trying to catch up with what the MCU has been doing.
Yeah.
For 10 years. It took them this long, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can take long and take your time, and
it's totally fine. So
one of the DC execs listening.
Make your movies better. Oh, another Oscar contender that I'm really excited for is I think it's called Just Mercy. And it's about this
flying above my head.
It's about this lawyer from like the 1960s in Birmingham, Alabama, who his like what he would do is he would try to like help like condemned death row inmates.
Help them how?
Like trying to like get them acquitted. Like if they didn't, because like so many people were wrongfully accused,
Oh, really?
It's so he would try to get them acquitted, and that's kind of what and it stars Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, insane cast. Brie Larson's in it, insane cast, and it looks like it's gonna be really, really good.
Brie Larson's good in serious roles.
She's good. Like Room. She's good in not Marvel movies.
Yeah, the one that she won her Oscar in Room was awesome.
Yeah,
I will say that Room kind of ended a little odd because like it ends, she gets out, and then you look and there's like 30 40 minutes left.
Yeah, and you're like,
oh,
we doing?
And it shows like the aftermath of her being in there, which is really interesting. It's not bad. It's not a bad part of the movie because obviously it's still a good movie.
Yeah.
But I was like, dang, that part kind of was a lot, like a little too much.
Yeah, I really liked The Room though, but I think I'd like it more if I watched it now because I only saw it back when it came out.
Really?
And I was a little young.
Oh no, I never seen it before. First time was whenever I watched it at my house because Jack was actually telling me about it.
What I wanted to talk about is one of the movies that like is kind of like wrapped up in the Oscar season is The Goldfinch.
Is Castaway.
Is Tom Hanks' Castaway. So The Goldfinch. Do you know anything about this movie?
I don't. I've seen the freaking poster for it, and that was it.
So
I was like, I gotta watch It Chapter 2.
Hold on, I gotta go watch Finn Wolfhard. Well, this is another Finn Wolfhard movie.
The way Goldfinch has
yeah.
Finn Wolfhard in
Finn
it?
Wolfhard's in the Goldfinch, and I'm gonna be real honest with you. He's one of the best parts of the movie.
Really?
Yeah. So
he's a good actor.
The Goldfinch, basically a rundown, is it's based on a book that like won like a Pulitzer Prize, and it's a really good book, and people are really excited for the movie. But like the movie has bombed.
Really?
Yeah. Like reviews are exactly.
I don't think anybody knew about it. I don't think I knew about it either. You can say that number.
Oh, so basically what Diego just pulled up was its budget compared to its box office. And I mean, it's only been out for a week, but also like your opening weekend should be
millions at least.
Yeah. And its budget was $45 million, and it's only made back $870,000, which is not great. It doesn't look, I'm going to be honest, that's surprising that the budget is that high, because it does not look like you could have made that movie for way cheaper.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, that doesn't look like the type of movie that has any effects or anything.
So, Harley and I went and saw it last night. She was super excited to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went and saw it last night, and we were both like, after the movie ended, we were like, huh.
Dang.
Like, it wasn't that neither of us didn't like it. You ever leave a movie and you're just like, I don't feel like I know enough to like say anything. Even after watching an almost 2.5 hour movie, we were still like, I don't feel like I can say whether or not I liked it.
It kind of sucks because I would rather what's it called, I'd rather hate a movie when I leave it because I got something out of it.
Yeah,
because there have been movies where I just go out and I just feel like, oh, that's it, you know. Like, yeah. I'm just like, well, that was a movie that I watched, and like, whoops, sorry.
We're gonna stop looking at the TV.
Yeah, it was just a movie that I that is just nothing, you know, and it's just like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just so, it was bizarre. Because I feel like because I asked her, I was like, so what'd you think? And she was like, I feel like I need to read the book and then watch it again. Because with the movie, it felt like, because you remember when we saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? By the way, we're gonna talk about it. So if you haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and you care about spoilers,
did we never talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I think we did.
Oh, either way, but when we watched
it. But anyways, when we watched it, do you know how, like, because that was the first time you had seen it when we watched it. So you remember how, like, you kind of didn't know what the plot was?
Yeah.
And you were like, huh, what are we following? But then at the end, I couldn't
feel anything about it.
Yeah, but then at the end, it kind of tied it all together, and you were like, oh, that all makes sense now.
Yeah.
This movie kind of felt the same way, but when the ending kind of started to pick up and there was actually tangible plot, it didn't tie back to a lot of the
things that they opened up.
Yeah.
Why open it up then if you're not gonna like talk about it later?
And what I told Harley is it felt like they were giving a lot of, or what it was like highlights of the book.
So you probably would have enjoyed it more if you read it.
And that's what we kind of came to.
That sucks. Yeah, that's just lazy.
Yeah.
Like,
but the thing that was crazy was like the acting was all the actors were phenomenal. Like the talent was insane, but like it was directing and the writing is really where the movie flopped. Because
what's it even about again?
So the story is about
the immediate negation.
The story is about a kid who is at an art museum with his mom, and he's at like the Met Museum.
The Met Gala.
He's at the Met Gala with his mom, and Frank Ocean's there. But a bomb ends up going off, and he ends up killing his mom, and so he there's this painting that he ends up like I don't even know what I can say because I like it.
It's confusing.
Kind of. So he ends up taking this painting, and the painting's called The Goldfinch.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
The movie is just you watching him deal with the aftermath of his mom dying.
Oh.
And then like
is Ansel Elgort the guy whose mom died?
Yeah, and surprisingly you don't see a whole lot of Ansel Elgort until the very end of the movie. You follow the kid a lot, and the kid's great. I didn't think his name's like Oakley something. I don't remember.
You see it through the kid's eyes mostly.
You see, yeah. It's basically you follow the kid most of the time.
Oh, okay.
And it just like like when you're watching a movie and like you just feel like whatever's happening on screen like isn't important, and then something like a little bit of character development happens, and you're just like, wait, no, don't go.
Yeah, and then it just dips.
That's kind of what kept happening, and like you could tell it in the actors' performances. Is I was like, they really just did not give y'all anything.
That's why I don't like being interested in stuff. Because then I just kind of analyze it so much.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't want to waste my time on a bad movie, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was bad.
I would say it was bad. I say it was bad. Say it was bad. Change your pitch a little bit, bro.
I don't know what I think of it because the acting was great. The story, I bet, with a better adaptation would have been great. There were points in the movie where I was like, it was like the same time. It was like I felt the same way when I saw Rent for the first time.
Like it's very like baity.
Not even like when I saw Rent the first time, I like went in with like all the hype, and then when I watched it, I was like, oh, I don't like this a whole lot, but I can see where like if this was done right, it would be good. Like if this was done correctly, it'd be phenomenal. And that's kind of how I felt with The Goldfinch.
With The Goldfinch?
Like I was like, if this was done properly,
it would have
been great. It would have been good.
But Dio has a what's it called? He has a point because it's like the Oscar Finch is like it's from what you just said alone, like all his mom needed to have was also cancer. To be gay, you know?
Yeah,
and the kid had to be gay.
Kid had to be gay.
Like that, I was like, yo, like.
And there was only one minority.
And it's just like that. Just sounds like they're like trying to find powerful scenes.
Yeah.
That they can act really well in.
Yeah.
And the Oscar goes to.
Finch. It was just.
I like when people start trying in their movies though.
Yeah, I don't even feel like I did a good job at explaining it. It's just.
No, I'm still lost.
Exactly, and I'm.
That movie doesn't sound like it makes any sense.
I am absolutely lost. But Finn Wolfhard, Nicole Kidman, who I typically don't enjoy. Nicole Kidman did phenomenal. Finn Wolfhard, when he shows up, the movie gets 10 times better.
When does he show up?
He shows up about halfway through the movie.
And who's his character?
He plays Theo's the main character. He plays his like kind of his best friend that he meets when he moves from New York. Cool. And he's definitely one of the peaks of the movie. And then every time Ansel Elgort's on screen, he does good.
Phenomenal.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh, he just did so well.
He just did so well. I love Baby Driver.
So to wrap up this podcast, I just want to say, shout out Twisty Flipside.
Shout out Twisty Flipside. I hope you're listening. We love you.
And honestly, I hope you started your own podcast.
Yeah, because I
saw on your description that it was coming soon. You got my full support, dude.
You got mine.
If he comments on this and you look down and you see that he comments,
we'll know it's love.
Go give him a little Go give them a little listen.
Give them a little listen if there's something to listen to.
Yeah, and if not, hey, just wait a second.
Just wait for a listen.
Yeah, wait to listen. Put on his little alerts.
Put on his notifications. Ring that bell. Ring our bell.
Put on our little alerts.
Yeah, we haven't asked that. You know what I realized? We've only really asked to comment. We haven't asked to smash the like button nor subscribe. So they don't know.
It's implied.
It's implied.
Smash that alert button so I don't have to tell y'all through social media that we've made a video.
Oh, we are also getting social medias for this.
Yes.
Specifically. So Small Talk will have its own Instagram, Twitter, the works. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll try Facebook again and try getting that up and running.
Facebook's
but yeah,
so lame.
Go follow that. Do all of the things. Guys, this has been a blast. We love y'all.
Love you.